London to Saigon, and I've been all around the world to protect your soul. Rose tonight above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. Heroes tonight above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. All right, my friends, fans, soldiers, soldierettes from around the world. Welcome to another live broadcast. Solutions and answers with the world's number one problem gambling annihilator, Santos Jr., out of Stockton, California. Soldiersofselfmastery.com. Once again, it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you over the next 30 to 40 minutes, whatever God gives us. And what are we going to aspire to achieve on this program tonight here? What comes to your mind when you think about change? What comes to your mind when you think about change? What would you change immediately if you knew that you could change it? What would you change immediately? How much fun would you have with that one? My friends, welcome. We're just getting through the intro here. Getting ready to start. I'm going to do my best to take your requests, your questions, your challenge. In a sense, I come here to be challenged. How about you? Where there's challenge, there's growth. Where there's challenge, there's a little bit of pain, but it's well worth it. All right, my friends. Well, we're live, Friday night edition. We will be back here on Sunday, too. Sunday, 7 p.m. We're going to be back here, and we might have a special guest. Danny, welcome. What is up? Good to see you on the Friday night, my friend. Donnie, Jim, you motorize bicycles. Hey, there's Nick from Chicago. Good salute. We got a few people that are joining us tonight. I truly hope that you're all doing very well, in spite of and because of, right? Nobody has problems. Nobody has any problems. I was only let down by two people twice, and today being the third time. Let down by two people 3 times. How's that for being patient? Patience, my dear Watson. Patience. It's all a learning process, right? You don't get bitter, you get better. You ponder, right? You think. What do you do when people fail you? What should you do? You should think, right? Take some time to think. When people fail you, take some time to think. Well, Santos, think about, what am I going to think about? I don't know. What would you think about? If you were let down, what would you think about? What would you take time for yourself to think about? What would help you not become bitter, but become better? Protect your soul. Apple seed. There we go. We're going to plant. We are digital farmers tonight. Is it possible to have a gambling addiction problem if you're a lifetime winner? We're going to get that here in a minute. Patience is courage against fear. Uh, yeah, patience is interesting, isn't it? How many of you believe that you have a lot of patience? How many of you really believe that? You really believe that you have a lot of patience? Now, how many people actually exercise a lot of patience? Right? Let's let's take the first question of the day. I'm going to turn down the music. I truly appreciate you guys for being here tonight and being here and not being somewhere else. And you know what could we get out of this program? I know I'm getting every time that I come to this program, I just get more growth. I grow more, which is cool. Now, let me see. I got to calm myself and say this is just an obstacle and not an end. Yeah, that's right. Stop and think. Uh, Let me see. There's a question by Appleseed here. By the way, let me know where you're from. I'd like to know. Put in the comments, please. Let me know what city you're from. You don't have to. Some of yous are on here. You don't have a pixel. You don't have an image. But you know what? Please let me know where you're from. I'd like to know where you're from. What city? What state? International. Is it possible? All right. Is it possible to have a gambling addiction problem if you're a lifetime winner? That depends. It really depends. Hey, John, welcome to the broadcast, man. Uh, you know, what are your top 3 tips to stop gambling? My top 3 tips to stop gambling. Uh, well, number one, you have to marry a decision. You have somehow, some way, you're gonna have to marry a decision. Number one. However you do it, whether you get a coach like myself, or you get the little red book to help you, or you get your friend that you know that you trust to help you. Number two, right? You got to get married, my friend. No, I'm divorced. Not me. I'm just saying. So married, and then you got to get a plan, right? You're not you. You can get a plan, but if you're not really decided what's going to happen, your plan is going to become very difficult for you. It is. And today, my friend, we don't have any excuses. We have grace. There's information. You know what? We have information in the palm of our hands. You can lay in bed naked and educate yourself today. That's how easy it is. You can lay in bed naked and am I giving some ideas here? And educate yourself. Okay. So number one, marry a decision. Number two, you got to get a plan. And number three, you're going to have to evaluate because you're going to have to make changes on that journey. Those are the 3 best tips that I could give you. Hopefully those help you. By the way, take some notes, man. Take some notes, my friend, because then you can reflect on what it is that you're hearing, right? And you're a very smart person. Each and every one of you guys are very smart. In fact, some of you are way smarter than I am. You just don't believe you are, or you haven't exercised it yet. Keep notes for yourself. Keep notes, and then you can reflect on those notes because those notes will help you. They will help you. Who knows? They could be your $1 million ticket to paradise. I got 2 tickets to paradise. Pack your bags and leave tonight. Have I been listening to what's his name? Anyways, oh, hey, shout out to the Philippines, man. Thank you. Shout out to the Philippines. Thank you for letting me know. Let me see who else. Well, I know Jim is from Tucson. Shout out to Tucson. Nick's from Chicago. Shout out to Nick, entrepreneur Nick. Nick is a unique individual there, and all the way from Russia. He actually came to meet me all the way from Russia. Would you believe that? from Serbia. Would you believe that? I'm getting famous, my friends. By the way, if you have not joined the family, there you go. Please do so. You can do right there. See right there. I'm pointing it out right now because some of you forget, but you can join and you can send me a message. I had a wonderful conversation with a wonderful lady today. Beautiful lady. I won't say who she is, but who knows? She might become a coaching client for me. Possibly. We'll see how that goes, but it's just wonderful to meet people. And it just so happens that she's of that nature. Filipino nature. So that's as far as I go with that. Rob, there he is. And who else? You guys are holding back. There we go. Somebody's from Arizona. There we go. Casino virus. Arizona is in the house. All right. Hey, I want to know where you guys are from today. You're not going to hide from me today. I'm gonna poke at you, and I'm gonna prod. Let me see. I'm gonna prod. I'm not going to give you some corn on the cob because I won't use the word that starts with an S and ends with a B. And I won't call you Bob. Am I being a snob? No, I'm just trying to rhyme here. Anyways, feels good. Come on, guys. Let me know where you're from. I want to know. A while ago, I saw a movie called Owning Mahoney. It was about a problem gambler who couldn't stop until he lost everything. So we should, if anybody can pull that up, if you can pull it up, Jim, Mahoney, maybe called Mahoney on YouTube. You might be able to pull it up right here. I could probably, Mahoney, let me see. Let me try something here. I'm going to try something here for a minute, okay? Let me see if this will work. My entire screen. Yes, my entire screen. Share. Let me see. Okay, is it working? It should be working. Now you guys can see my screen, huh? Can you see my screen? Anyways, I'm going to get out of there. I'm not going to try to do that. I'm going to mess up the program. All right, screen share was canceled. There we go. Let me take on your questions. We've got Rhode Island is in the house. Thank you. There you go. Rhode Island. I'm from, where Willimantic, Connecticut is, Danny? Willimantic, Connecticut, Hartford. I'm from that area. That's where I grew up in the 60s and 70s, man. We used to drive down the Rhode Island and we used to cross the line. I remember this one guy used to buy beer over there in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, I think. We used to go to buy beer and bring it back to Willimantic. Yeah, we crossed the state line so he wouldn't have to pay taxes. And he was a Jehovah's Witness. Well, he wasn't, but his wife was. Anyways, I thought I'd share that. What was that? Loving this and what you do, Menlo Park. There we go, Menlo Park. Shout out to Menlo Park. Loving this and what you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. I party or something like that. Menlo Park. All right. That's California. And gambling no good. Well, we're here, by the way, Santos Jr., if you don't know who I am, remember to subscribe also. We're here to help problem gamblers. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help people get away from problem gambling as quick as possible permanently. I don't just want to help people get away from problem gambling. I want to help them get away from problem gambling quick, but permanently. I want it to be solid. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way. So thank you for sharing that. Love the party hard. Party hardy. Let me see. Questions. You guys are moving. Well, I could imagine if I think I've had up to 18 people in here. I could imagine if I get 20, 30 people in this group. eventually I want to open up a Zoom cast. That's what I want to do. Thank you, Santos. Your videos have really helped me. I'm 22 years old, 22 years young. I started gambling just last year. I lost $1,600, and let me see, that was enough for a whooping on my behind. No, it doesn't say that. I know it's not a lot, but it stings. However, and I'm glad that I got out early. Good job, yeah, man. Because $1,600 is a valuable lesson to you could learn. You know what I mean? So you're on the right track, John. Hang around, brother. You know, one thing that I'm actually rebuilding the GABA, the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy. I'm rebuilding that, and I'm changing some of the videos that were in there. So we're making it new and improved, and it's just going to be bigger, better, and more bolder. And one of the things that I talk about is paying it forward. Part of our recovery, is paying it forward. You must find a way, whether it's giving money, whether it's giving your time yourself, right? Or some other way. You can get creative. We have to pay it forward. You have to get in the motion of, like they say, a body in motion stays, or body in motion stays in motion. We have to get ourselves in a motion so that we can stay in that motion of recovery and therapy. And and you can even look at this. There's business owners here. You can look at this. The problem with gambling is kind of like building a business. It is. It's kind of like building a business. Let me see how I can break down this analogy. There's work that needs to be done. There's money that needs to be invested. There's ground floor. There's a foundation that needs to be built. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense, Santos. All right. So Wig, let me see. Wig, we've got another of that. Stand at the exit ramps with a sign. I don't know what that. I've done that. I was in Reno standing up there passing out. I was in Reno passing out my trifolds that entrepreneur Nick put together for me. That was something else. It wasn't like pulling teeth, though. You know what I mean? It wasn't like pulling teeth. It was a little bit stranger. Pulling teeth might be a little bit easier. But anyways, I had fun. We promoted our book, and we got some seeds out there. And that's what's important, impacting people's lives. And I got a message from someone, a young lady in Germany. You never know, you never realize who you're impacting until you hear from people, I guess, right? I got a message from a young lady in Germany, and I never even thought that she was a gambler. It didn't even cross my mind. But yet this special person had been watching me for over a year, and through Instagram, and apparently had problems with the husband or the boyfriend having gambling issues, and she got help. She's doing a lot better, and I had no idea until the other day. I'm like, when you wake up to messages like that early in the morning, it's very humbling. It really, it's just very, very humbling. That's why I always say, and I'll keep saying it, it's a privilege and an honor for me to be here doing what I'm doing. And I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because I'm getting stronger. That's why I tell you, my friends, pay it forward, find ways. If you can donate, whatever you can do, just find ways to get yourself, because the more that you empty yourself, right? Like, remember Bruce Lee, he said, we got to be like water. You got to empty yourself out. Water flows. It's moldable, right? In order for us to be filled, in order for us to stay wise or get wiser, in order for us to become faster, better, more efficient, we have to be filled. We have to keep getting. The stuff that we learned in high school, the stuff that I learned from Sears, 20 years ago doesn't work anymore for me today. I got to change my education. I got to recognize that I don't know everything, right? You should recognize that. You don't know everything. In fact, when you come to that place where you recognize that you really don't know much at all, that's a very good place to start, because you can begin to get filled up there. Like they say, when the pupil is ready, the teacher will appear. All right, my friends, we're getting we're getting a few people here. I truly appreciate all you guys here asking. Let me see if I can take some more questions. Am I doing too much talking, Santos? I'm trying to hold back tonight. Yes, the casinos are getting closed. There's more closures. Man, do you remember I sent you my 2-page statement? I get a lot of emails, man. I saved some, and I apologize, Wig 475, if I don't recall. But I deal with a lot of people, and unless I write down a lot of stuff, I can't keep track of all this stuff. I can keep track of my clients, but I can't keep track of everybody. That's why I asked you to join the family. If you send me a message, I will definitely respond back. But thank you for sending me that 2-page statement. Hopefully, if you have it, send it again, man. Natalia Donis, welcome. I love that name. I love the name Natalia. Beautiful name. Hi, Santos. Thank you for your videos. They're very educational. It's helping me to stop gambling. I'm tempting to go back, but I'm staying strong. I lost a lot. You're staying strong. That's the focus. What's making you stronger? Put more emphasis into that. That's part of the 3-tip plan that I gave earlier. Marry the word decision, create a plan, analyze, and make changes where necessary. I feel like standing again. I appreciate that. Sometimes I feel the same way, but there's a lot of others out there. There's a lot of others that are out there promoting, help. I'm just a little different, I'm a crackpot, like they say. I'm not a crackpot anymore, but I'm a crackpot. I'm a good one. So thank you. I truly appreciate that. I'm humbled. Anybody else want to share where they're from? Lou Man says, first Friday gamble free on a long time. Feels great, huh? Doesn't it feel good to be free? It feels good, man. But then we get amnesia, right? We get amnesia, man. We forget about how good it is, and then we end up with amnesia. What the fluff? You know what I mean? The mind is a very, very specific. Your mind is very specific. It's very organic. It's very, very, I don't like using the word powerful, but it's very, it's a dynamic thing. Your mind is. And when you learn, I talk about this mind, mouth, power. When you learn to control, when you learn to guide, you can be successful in anything. You could be successful in getting away from stuff when you learn to master these 2 things, this and this, mind, mouth. It just makes things so much more simpler. And you can use this gift in any area of your life. You can use it for relationships, for achieving relationships, for dissolving relationships. You can use it for exercise. You can use it for business. You can use it for cooking. You can use it to get away from one gambling addiction or from one bad habit and get into something better. Think about this. If you hear anything tonight on this broadcast, I want you to think, when you get off this broadcast, I want you to think about these 2 things. I want you to think about your brain. I want you to think about how powerful your brain is. You might be limiting yourself big time. You might be just holding yourself back. What about if you change the way that you talk to yourself in the morning when you get up in the morning? What if you just decided, you know what? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to start talking to myself. I remember when I started challenging myself to talk differently because I had a negative talk. I had a negative conversation. So I would practice talking to myself when I was alone, right? I still do. And then I would go to my work, I would go to my job and I would practice what I was saying to myself and they would laugh at me. I remember two key people, they said, you know, who do you think you are talking that way? I'll never forget that. Who do you think you are talking that way? And I would go home and I would cry a little bit, you know, because when you're starting to advance yourself, when you're starting to, whatever it may be, whatever project, it's always going to be a little bit humiliating. It's going to be a little bit embarrassing. It's going to be scary. It's going to be also very energetic because you've never been there before. Or maybe you have been there before, but you failed, but now you're going back there and you know that where you're going is a good place. But sometimes heading towards the unknown is it could be frightening, but it could be a very, very good thing because think about it. What could the unknown be for you? Right? It could be some very, very, really cool things, whatever they might be. I don't know. Daydream. Think about it. I know what they are for me. And sometimes I get so excited. Sometimes I get so excited when I get up in the morning, man. If I don't run and grab a pad and pencil, oh man, I missed that thought. And sometimes it might come back, but I've had situations where I've had thoughts that I knew were very, very, they were like things that I was waiting for. And I missed the opportunity because I didn't write them down. So, mind, mouth, power. I'm going to encourage you, my friend. We're coming close to the hour. I might be here for a little bit longer, just a little bit, 30 to 40 minutes, 45 minutes if I get a few more questions. And if you guys continue to hang out with me, because it is Friday, and I'd rather be out of the casino. You know, it feels good. Freedom does feel good. So thank you. Yep. Hey, Laura, welcome. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you. Thank you. Jim, how do we develop and strengthen our discipline? Is it our self-talk? Is it our focus? Is it our goals? Jim, I believe that if you focus on your self-talk alone, just on that gift that you have, if you train your self-talk. And when I say self-talk, it's not just your self-talk because what you say to yourself, you're generally going to find ways to communicate that to other people. Generally. Sometimes we hide a little bit, right? We're not, there's a thing called hypocrisy, right? And you act a certain way and then you get around other people and you act a certain way. Well, I don't agree with that. To a certain degree, if you're around rich people, right, you want to kind of at least act decent. But if you're around other people, I don't know, maybe I'm going off on that tangent. Too bad there. It's getting confusing. Get back to the discipline here. Develop, strengthen, and discipline. Self-talk. Yes, I believe that if you master your self-talk, you can change your life. Mind, mouth, but even just this, learning how to talk to yourself, learning how to love yourself, learning how to motivate yourself. There's certain key words that you can use on yourself to get yourself to do things. Now, everybody's different, so you have to experiment. But you can find key words to motivate you, to get you to do the things that you normally don't do through mouth. You can persuade others through words, through using your talk. There's a lot of things that, we can do with our self-talk if we learn how to discipline our self-talk. Yes, so I agree. You can change your life. Yep. I mean, look at the speeches, right? You think about these speeches that Martin Luther King, you think about, who was it? Lou Gehrig's. Remember Lou Gehrig's? He was afraid. I believe it was him, Lou Gehrig's. He was afraid to stand up in front of the people. And I think all he said was, today, he said, today I'm the luckiest man. I am the luckiest man on the face of this earth. That's how I feel sometimes. That was part of his speech. Right? Remember Kennedy, President Kennedy? He talked about sending somebody to the moon with metals and alloys that didn't even exist. We can use this to our advantage or to our disadvantage. And what comes out of here comes out of here, right? And it also becomes part of your writing. I notice sometimes the comments, when I get emails and comments from people, I look at the words and I look at the thread, and I can almost tell the mood. I can tell a lot about the individual just by looking at your words. You can tell a lot about a person just by listening to the way they talk. I believe I'm 100% correct on that one. So, thank you, Mauricio. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And by the way, support the mission. Support the mission, guys. If I'm helping you out in some way, oh man, I do have the new revised book. Supports the mission. It helps me provide money to pay others to help the mission. Every time that we sell a book, the proceeds, it's all going into the pot to help this mission go forward. This is a mission. It takes money. It takes effort. It takes time. It takes talent. It takes people. So I'm asking for your support, whatever you can do. $5, $10, $50, $5,000. Hey, if you got $1 million sitting around, if you leave $1 million sitting around, it's going to get mold, right? Mold is bad. So get rid of that money as soon as possible. Don't let it get moldy. I'm just playing. All right. Well, we're coming down to the wire. I got to get my music going. Anybody here, if you're in the United States, let me share some information with you guys if you're interested before we end the broadcast. I can get you free stock. If you want some free stock, I can get you free stock, and I can show you how to gain free stock. Okay, this is an app that's been around for, I don't know how long this app has been around, for over 5 years probably. I think, yeah, over 5 years. 10 million users are on this app. I'm on the app. I'm getting educated by it. You can put something into it if you want to, or you can use it completely free. If you use it completely free, it just takes a little bit longer, but you can make money and you can help others also. If you're looking to get involved with cryptocurrency, shoot me a message. Again, I'll show you how to get free cryptocurrency, my friends. Free cryptocurrency. You don't have to put a dime in. So if you lose that cryptocurrency, you don't lose anything. But guess what? What if those cryptocurrencies gain, which they are, you gain. All this stuff is free. There's no fees. Of course, if you want to dive deeper into these programs, you can, but you don't have to. So I'll just put that out there. You can connect with me there at soldiersofselfmastery.com. We're going to be back here on Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Sunday. And we're going to be, those of you that were interested in t-shirts and hoodies, Soldiers of Self-Mastery, Cephas has connected our merchandise store. I believe if you go, I'm not 100%, you can check out soldiersofselfmastery.com. We've got t-shirts, we've got socks, we've got mugs, coffee mugs, pillows, iPhone covers, and we're just going to share the word, you know. Hopefully you guys can take advantage of that. And thank you for appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, Danny. And so I'm going to order my own. Got to make sure that Cephas has got the logos and the text where I wanted it. And it's good stuff. It's not, from my understanding, it's not cheap quality material. It's good material at affordable prices. So soldiersofselfmastery.com, right there at the top. You can see it behind me, right there to the left. There it is right there. Right there, Soldiers of Self Mastery, right there. Fist bump. Hey, fist bump Bruce Lee there in the back of me. Can I get him? Get him the other side. There we go. Fist bump. Woo! Come on, Bruce. There you go. Boom. Fist bump. And maybe on the broadcast, I might give some. Maybe if I get some merch, I'll give some stuff away. I don't know. We'll see. I get enough donations, I'll give some stuff away because I got to send it out. So I'm looking forward to that. Any questions? Anybody else? I want to thank Danny for being here with me tonight. Well, it's all about education, Jim. That's all. And you know, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with doing your homework. People think that life is a gamble, right? It's one thing to go into the casinos and gamble. That's not a good thing. If you get a job, you're gambling on that job to pay you. I've worked for companies before that couldn't pay me. You work a week, 2 weeks, and then you don't get paid. You know, I did get paid, but things happen. We have to be smart, and we have to change the way we think, because my friends, if we don't change the way we think, we're going to stay with the past, and we're not going to be able to take advantage in good ways of the future of what is available right now for us. We can earn money, we can learn, we can earn, and we can help other people. Now, if you're out there doing wrong and you're ripping people and you're stingy and you don't want to help anybody and you've got bad motives, well, you know what? Then that's not a good picture. You know? Obviously. If one doesn't write that they are in the chat, amigo, I'm not too sure. It doesn't write. Do you know that they are in the chat? Yeah, if you text in the chat, right there in the chat. Or if you have a question if you have a question maybe that you want to ask me, send it to my email. Right there. At soldiersofselfmastery.com/happier. Well, if you want the coffee mugs and stuff like that, I believe Cephas has got the link connected. Show some love, support the mission, because listen, my friend, I'm not taking any of this money that I make with me. I'm not taking any of it. Whatever comes in goes out. I use it wisely. I pay the bills. I take care of my family, and I give to charities, man. I give. I just do. One of the things that I really want to do when I get more money coming in, I just want to walk, like something I did the other day. I walked up to 2 random people and just handed them $50 bills. Just handed them $50 bills, just to do it. I would put $50 in a casino machine and lose it in 2 minutes, in 1 minute. Why not bless people? Why not give, Because it comes back, man. It comes back. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done for the night. K6 is late. There we go. So I want to thank K6 for being here for a little bit. Barry, Rob, Appleseed, Jim Yumoto of Motorized Bicycles, Laura, Danny, the I'm not going to say the last name. Thank you for that. And Lou Man, there's Appleseed. There was Wig 474, Natalia. Appreciate that, like that name, Natalia. And once again, thank you for the donation, Danny. Mark, there he is. Nick Castellano. Nicola, Chicago. Who else? And there's been a few other people. Amen. Great word, Santos. Thank you. I appreciate you every time you come on. I don't know. I feel like I know you from somewhere, but I know you've been on the broadcast. But the name Amen reminds me of somebody that I used to know. That's why. And Mauricio, thank you for being here with us. We're going to be here on Sunday. Anonymous Vaughn. Wow, we've had quite a few on here tonight. I didn't see Anonymous Vaughn. I think it's important. I think it's important to stay positive because negativity feeds our addiction. Exactly. We got to be careful. That's right. Thank you for bringing that up. Natalia says, I quit smoking cold turkey. Right on. You know what we can do? We are amazing creatures. There's no stopping to what we can do. We're just believing too many distractions, my friends. Get rid of the distractions and you're going to see the truth. You're going to see the ability. You're going to see your craft. You're going to see your gifts. You're going to see your talents. You're going to see what God, the Creator, gave you. And when you see that and you grab a hold of it and you begin to work it, manipulate it, and challenge and profit from it, gambling's not going to be an issue in your life. Nothing else will that's troubling you, that's interfering. All right, my friends, we've come to the end. We've got about 3 minutes here. We're going to end the broadcast. Oh, Casino Virus. There we go. I want to mention Casino Virus. It says, I'm the worst gambler than anyone here. I'm thinking about committing suicide every day. Sorry I missed that. Well, you know, Casino Virus, I want to say that it takes courage to be here listening to me. I mean, I don't have a big audience, but those of you that are here, it takes courage for you to be here. It takes courage. You've taken your time. You've taken effort. You've literally taken your body and you put yourself in front of the screen. That takes courage. Dip into that courage. Grab deeper into that. I'm reminding you right now. See, that's why it's so important. Self-talk. Mind-mouth power connection, my friends. It's yours for the taking. All around the world, your soul. Okay, my friends, from Stockton, California. There it is. Stockton, California. I will see you guys on my next broadcast. I'm going to actually stay here for a few minutes in the chat, but we are going to shut the program down unless I get, let me see, if I get another question in here. Thank you for being here. We're going to be back here on Sunday. Wow. I think this is the most numbers that I've ever had on a broadcast. This is fantastic on a Friday. Maybe it's because the casinos are getting shut down. I don't know. But it's good. All right, my friends, remember, train your brain so that your brain will train you. Remember, your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Reminders, self-talk, mind-mouth power connection, right? And last but not least, remember to make every day super fantastic, terrific, and over the top in spite of and because of. Santos Jr., Soldiersofselfmastery.com. It's been an honor and a privilege to have been here with you. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've learned something on this broadcast. I will see you on Sunday, 7 p.m.